Afternoon, everybody, or good morning. That's KB5 MIQ Big Boy. Well, guys, y'all have done it. Y'all have got me to 700 subscribers, and you don't know how much I appreciate it, how much I enjoy y'all. Hey, Ham Radio Cat. Me and old Ham Radio Cat here really like putting these out for y'all. He don't like being held up. And really enjoy doing these. And I really appreciate all you subscribe to the channel. Uh, I had no idea when I put my first video up a couple of years ago it'd ever go this far. HKV's one who kind of talked me into doing this channel, and Jeff, I appreciate it. Him, Cody, Tim, and Adam's help and suggestions over the years has really helped a whole lot. So, like I said, I'm going to do a 700, 800, and 900 sub giveaway and a 1,000 sub giveaway. Right now, we're going to do the 700. And what I'm going to give away for 700 is a couple of things. Everybody needs a soldering iron. You look back at one of my soldering iron videos, I talked about cheap ones, expensive ones. This is just an inexpensive pencil iron that will work making cables up. That's brand new. I won it at a raffle at a ham club, so I'm going to pass it on to one of y'all. Also, going to give another hardback 92 ARRL handbook. Whoever enters or gets the winner will get the handbook and the soldering iron. Okay, guys, we're going to do it just like we've done in the past. Let me put this up here where I can talk. My email will be posted in the subject matter of this video, and it's also on my QRZ page. Send me an email with your name, address, call sign if you got one. If you want to be a ham, you can still enter. I'd love to help out a guy wanting to get into this hobby. Put in the subject matter 700 sub giveaway so I don't miss it or don't go to my spam file. And next Sunday, we'll draw for it and I'll get it shipped out to you. Like I said, 800, 900 subs will be a couple of more handbooks and whatever else I can come up with. 1,000 subs, we're going to do some kind of radio. Like I said, guys, I appreciate it. I really do. And I've been asked before why I'm giving old books away. Well, the information in them books is still valid, especially antenna building, antenna principles, general operating principles. About the only thing that's going to be out of date in them books is the type of radios we've got now. And I do this because I know social media is an easy way to get information. But if you just ask a question and get an answer, you're not really getting the full aspect of everything. And this will give you good reference material for studying down the road, will help make you a better operator. In fact, I'm going to show you what I keep at my table right now. So every one of you will see that I do keep my books and stuff. Watch out, Cat. I have 3 binders of nothing but manuals for radios and every piece of equipment I've got. It's all in these binders, and I keep them right under my desk. Also, keep a copy of the ARRL Antenna Handbook. And I also have my copy, my original 92 handbook. All of that is what I keep right under my desk while I'm operating all the time. If I need to look up something, it's handy. Keeping instruction books for your gear is imperative, unless you got a photographic memory, and I don't. All right, guys, I appreciate everybody who subscribed. We got a couple of subjects we're going to talk about this morning. But again, shoot me an email, name, address, call sign, or no call sign if you want to get in the hobby. Put the subject matter 700 sub giveaway. My email will be in the subject matter of this video, plus it's on my QRZ page, and we'll draw next Sunday. Thanks again for everybody who subscribed. We're going to couple 3 little points here we're going to go about this morning. If you remember, I did a video a while back when I put this RCA TV rotor up on my 10 meter, 17 meter, and 2 meter array I've got up on a 50-foot pole. Still works fine. I think for light duty applications they're great. And I actually put in that video that some ham company are to market a similar priced rotor specifically for guys that are like me using push-up poles. Most of your bigger ham rotors are made for towers, and they're too big to put up. And in the video, I said they could change a couple of features on that to get the price down. Number one, do away with the remote control. That way you don't need it because it's sitting right there in front of you. Well, believe it or not, a ham radio company has marketed the light duty rotor. However, it's the exact same rotor. RDL Electronics High Gain has marketed the AR500 rotor. And if you look at the picture of it, it's the exact same rotor. Exact same rotor. Instead of saying RCA, it says High Gain on it. The difference, MTC has the RCA version for $159, and on RDL Electronics, the High Gain version is $179. So it pays to shop before you start looking for this stuff. Like I said all along, MTC is a really good place to start shopping for your ham gear. It's a good rotor. I wish they had done something a little differently, like figured out a way to make it at least the same price or something, but don't sell the exact same rotor and put your name on it, mark it up $25. That's, to me, that's not, I wouldn't pay it. MTC, $159, the way to go. All right, got a couple of other subjects here we're going to touch on today. Let me pull them up here a minute. All right. Is it possible to work your station remotely if you do not have a big property on top of blocks of apartments, etc.? Okay, that's a good question. And I had never thought about that until recently. I heard a guy calling CQ, or I called CQ. I can't remember what it was, but it was a 6 call that answered me. California. So I'm talking to the guy, and I pulled his QRZ page up, and he's in, I don't know, some town in California. But we got talking. He's in Tyler, Texas, working his station. He left his station set up in California using a program and a microphone rigged up on his laptop down here visiting relatives in Tyler, Texas. He can change frequencies, change bands, transmit everything via his laptop here, operating his station remotely, which I thought was a really cool contact. I'd never worked anybody like that before. So yes, it's possible to work your station remotely with the right gear. That's something I couldn't tell you what gear to get because I've never done that, but I did work a guy that was doing that very thing, so I thought that was a pretty cool question. All right. Curious, what could a tech or general license holder do with a Baofeng radio? I'm not sure I'm interested in hobby, but I've been watching some fun stuff though. How far are you allowed to transmit and receive and talk to other operators with either two of these licenses? All right, evidently this guy's not a ham yet, and that's kind of a loaded question. With the Baofeng radio on a repeater, you can talk the range of the repeater with it. They're FM radios. You talk simplex, FM, and use FM repeaters with them. So your only limit there is how far you are from the repeater and the range of the repeater itself. Handheld to handheld on ground wave, you're probably not going to get over, depending on the terrain you're at, over 4 or 5 miles, if that much. So, not knocking Baofeng, the guy I guess that's one thing he recognized by asking that question. But when you ask that kind of question, you need to put a little more information out where people give you a proper answer. But in my version of that is if you're going to use a Baofeng handheld, your limitations will be the range of whatever repeater you're on that you can hit and ground wave. And that's all you're going to be able to do to it, talking to other license holders. Okay. All right, got another one here. This was a why ham versus CB. Well, that's going to open up a really good can of worms. I've got no problem with CB. In fact, I've still got a CB on my bench here I kind of use as a beacon just got it up for local. I don't hardly ever use it. If you remember one of my earlier videos, how I even put it up, I had a good friend of mine that's deceased, and I was helping his wife get rid of some of his gear, and HKV bought a tower, and I bought this base off of her just to help her get rid of it, a base antenna, and put it together and put it up. So, well, a lot of ham radio operators started out as CBers, especially if you're about my age, the heyday of the CB's heyday of the 70s. That's what got a lot of people started in it. Ham versus CB. CB, you're limited to 4 watts. You're limited to channelized radios, upper and lower sideband, on a 26 old 11-meter ham band. Got a lot of limitations there. Your ham license, depending on the level of license you get, especially if you get to a general class license, gives you access to the world. You'll get a part of every band, capable of using 100-watt plus radios, even use an amplifier if you can afford it. And you're not rock bound, as they used to call it, to certain frequencies. You have a VFO, and you can tune around any part of the frequencies that you're allowed to operate on. It's kind of comparing apples and oranges. They both have applications, and I've seen guys, in fact, I recommended a group that were a bunch of off-roaders wanting a way to communicate that they use CBs, because you'll never get all of them licensed on ham at the same time. CBs would be a good avenue for a group like that, or GMRS or FMRS radios. It's just different ways to communicate, and they all have applications. A lot of ham guys don't like CBs, but a lot of us started out that way. So, well, that's it for today. Again, I never thought when I did this it'd get up to 700, and I appreciate it. Y'all remember the giveaway? First video, just do what I said on there, and we'll draw next Sunday. Remember, Main Trading Company in Paris, Texas, for ham radio gear. They're a good outfit, especially for used gear. Check Richard's website daily, because his used gear page changes about daily. And each piece of used gear will tell you whether it comes with a warranty or not. And a whole lot of his rigs come with a 30-day in-store warranty. For used gear, that ain't bad, versus just buying one blind off of Hamfest or eBay. Club pages: 4 States Amateur Radio, Cowtown Amateur Radio, Dallas Amateur Radio, Shreveport Amateur Radio, Farmersville Amateur Radio. All good avenues for ham information. Other Facebook pages: Ham Radio Flea Market Trading Post, Ham Radio, Texas Radio Operators, Amateur Radio Elmers. All good avenues for information. Our 10-meter roundtable is still going on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Friday nights, 7:30 Central Standard Time. We try to be on 28-450, but a lot of times we're on 460 or 470. Just look for us. My call sign, KB5MIQ, WD5HKV, W5DLX, WW5AH, or KI5TKY. Any of those are call signs to listen for. Emails on my QRZ page. If you got any questions or to enter a contest, use it. I'll try to help you any way I can. This is KB5MIQ Big Boy 73.